welcome to What's in Your Wardrobe. Today I've got Bruno Falcone from the House of Falcone down from Brisbane to see some of his clients, and I thought I'd pop in and see what he's up to.
I'm so excited. No, thank you very much for taking the time to come and see me, because like we only met, this is for all of you guys out there, we only met for 5-10 minutes and we clicked.
Absolutely.
It was like that's it, we have to do something. So it worked out perfectly. So it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Tell us how you got to be doing these suits and how long have you been doing them? I've got so many questions.
Oh my God, like the overwhelming questions, the overwhelming questions. No, look, I'll you know, like the everything started when you know, like I was you know, within my own person, I wasn't like a super confident man or kid really when I was like 15, 14, like a lot of boys, they go through that, like when they're becoming a man, right? And so for me, there was the, you know, like the confidence that was it was missing in my life in general. And then sometimes some of these things are due to you know, like the family, your upbringing, and you know, like it wasn't so stable, so like that was another like factor that contributes. But then you know, like there was all of these action heroes that were like my heroes like growing up. So like I was a movie fan, so like all of the 90s action stars, like you name it, I've seen it. And you know, like in some of these, like they will wear suits, right? Like they'll
James Bond.
You know, they will look so like so good, like in control, like they would have that sense, I'm in control, like I got it, you know, like and we're gonna get through this. And there's a few, but there's one in particular that I still remember. It was Will Smith in Bad Boys, and he puts on this jacket with like a bright pink lining on the inside, right? But it just looked like it has it all, and it's just, you know, it's just acting as a cop, like it's not a CEO, not a millionaire, it's just a cop, right? And but you know, that confidence and you know, like and then after that there was Ricky Martin in the 90s, like late 90s, right? And when he would what's it called, when he would perform, like he was wearing suits.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning especially.
Yeah.
It was wearing suits, you know, like, and you know, at the time, we're talking 25 years ago, nobody knew, and you know, for me it was an idol, like thinking, you know, like it's like so popular. And then you know, and then after him, all of the major stars, like, you know, even Enrique Iglesias. Anyways, there was this thing about like Latino men or Italian men or action star heroes where they would wear a suit and they would look like, you know, like that next level. So for me, you know, I was 15 and I was already working as a waiter, and I just went off and bought myself a suit, like,
yeah, right,
by myself. Like
I
went
didn't hear Miami Vice in that.
That's it. That's right. My Miami Vice was Colin Farrell though. Like those two Miami Vices. My Miami Vice was Colin Farrell from the early 2000s. But literally that's what it was. So right, like I went to the store. I still remember the shop. I don't know if it's still there, but it used to be called Piazza Italia in Florence. And yeah, bought my suit. And then I still remember it was like one of those like Korean collar, because that was at the time, right? Like the late 90s. It was a little bit longer, you know, all buttons, like black, right? So I bought my first suit, and then I took it to my grandmother. That was Estadina, right? And then put it on. She was like, you know what, like we need to fix it. She starts putting pins all over, and I was like, don't ruin it. Like, you know, it's my first suit, like I bought it by myself. Cost me a lot of money, because you know, for like a teenager, I don't know,
yeah,
would have spent
sure.
like, it wasn't much. Like I still remember it was in euros. It would have been like, I don't know, 300 euros or something like that. But it was for me a lot of money. And then Anyway, she's like, no, I'll do it. Like, I promise, like, I'll fix it, no worries. But anyways, I trust her because, you know, like, she was absolutely the light in my life. Like, and she still is, but she's not with us anymore. So, like, she was the light in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
And I come back, like, a few days later, and she had the suit done. She did it all by herself, by hand. She tailored all of it. And then I slip on the suit, and I felt like the action here. I felt like an action star. Like, that's how I felt. And then, and then, I mean, I want to say the rest is history. I know that we're going to speak a little bit longer. But ever since then, as soon as I felt I had that feeling and I understood the power of, you know, like, loving yourself and doing something for yourself and putting yourself first to then be of help for more people, then, and the power, what made you feel, then later in the years, like, now that I'm a man, like, my honest mission, it is to get more men and women out there to feel exactly like I felt when I was 15 years old.
Yeah, that's an amazing story. I love that story.
I never tell this story, not in this length. Like, not many people know it, so, like, this is very dear to me. So,
I love that.
I wanted to share with you because I know that we had, like, a thing. We got a thing.
Absolutely.
Now I share my story. I need to know your story because, you know.
Probably for another podcast, and we just talked about you today.
That's how much she promised. That's how much she promised. You know, now you're doing something very interesting, and I can't wait for everyone to know about that. But tell me the moment that you're like, you know what, this is needed.
And I spoke to my brother, and he just goes, just start making content. And I'm like, wow, it's that simple. So I just did. I just started doing it, and I absolutely love it, and love meeting new people like you. And that's my love of it.
Yeah, but I think, like, you are really changing a lot of people's perspectives.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that nobody knows, and I was so excited to speak to you about it. It is because both of us will work on the same side of the medal. One thing that nobody knows out there is that actual physical change that you can actually witness it on the spot, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So it doesn't take ages. You know, it's not like going to the gym. It's like, okay, I need 6 months or a year to, like, achieve my perfect body weight and this is and that. It doesn't take that long, right? Like, and it's like you put a little bit of attention and then everything changes. Tell me a little bit about this, because what change do you see in the people that you touch?
Person said from the minute that you walked in, we had such a great time, we had such a great rapport, and I've had a lot of fun. And when you touch people and they have a great time and they have a lot of fun and they've done something that they would never have thought of doing, it's actually really satisfying, and that's what I love about it. And you get to know something about their lives, like something that they, even before the cameras start rolling, you know.
Yeah, of course. And I think that's the thing. Like, when you give a chance and you open up, you get your walls down. That's something that a lot of people out there they have trouble doing. Like, I think one of the things that I can recognize and in a way I'm helping men and women fixing is within social settings. How do I do it so people talk to me? Yeah. How do I do it so I feel more confident and I let down my walls and do what I need to do, right?
Because it is a sharing, it is definitely a sharing thing, but it's also making them relax so you know them better, so then you can fulfill their needs better.
When this goes back to 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, I was working for Zegna, Renolds Zegna, which is a massive international Italian brand. They fabric producers. They've been a brand for more than 100 years.
I've heard of them. Are they head office in Italy?
Yeah. So it's Italy, but then but then they, of course, they're here in Australia. They were in Brisbane at the time. And yeah, so like everything started, like the actual passion, like the actual search for excellence started there. So the passion for clothes, I always had it. Like 15 years, 16 years old, you know, like all of my friends will come to me and say, hey, like, can we go shopping? There's this thing, or the graduation, or a date, like, you name it. Like that's what it was. It was like, we're graduating, we need to speak to Bruno on what to buy.
It's important for a date too.
So that's it. So that was a thing when I was in Italy. So, but I never thought of any more of that more than, oh, you know, like I like fashion, I like it, so like let's go. With Zegna, you know, when like me being professionally trained, they put every person through a lot of training about fabrics, about styles, about color analysis, body analysis, everything. So they are absolutely amazing, and I have to say, I give my thank you to where I am now, literally to that first step that I took in the Zegna store. Now, and because obviously, like, I was just a sales assistant, like I started from the very bottom, and they still were there like to support me and train me in all of this. And so that's when I had like my formal training within the fashion industry. But like I said, like, you know, the actual passion started from years and years ago. And the thing about like fashion, and I wanna hear a little bit of story from you. But the thing about fashion is that you do make mistakes, and you do need to be open to experiment and be playful with yourself, right? So there's a lot of people out there, they you know, they almost reject the idea of putting themselves on a spot where, you know, they might be judged, or they might change, but that same spot can bring them so much. It's like a small bet they could bring so much to their life. And sometimes it's about like a color that you might be used to. So you were talking about my jacket today, and you know, Mulberry, it's a color that it's not common, but then when you see it, you get the comments, compliments.
Yeah.
They put your they put you on display. It's not your classic black, charcoal, blue that everybody wears, and they put you on display. So that's why sometimes the experiences, it really comes in handy. And there's never too late. So like if you never had that, you know, that drive to experiment, you can still do it at any stage, any age. But you just have to be ready for mistakes.
Oh, absolutely. And like in Melbourne, I mean, everyone wears black. So it's a bit boring, really, isn't it?
No, but this is actually, I mean, like the jacket's got like a special style. The one that you're wearing today.
Yeah.
It's also about the style. So it's the colors, but then you need to have a style, right? So, I mean, for you, what has this brought you? Like, you know, the style that you're wearing today, how do you feel? Like, why did you choose it? How do you feel once wearing it?
I actually feel good wearing this kind of style, something a little bit plain, a little bit sedate, because I like it to be about you or or somebody's wardrobe or whatever I'm doing.
I actually know about the capsule wardrobes, because we were talking about it just there.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I do it, but I want to hear your version of it. Tell me.
I don't have a capsule wardrobe.
No. Oh my God! What are you doing with your life?
I've been in the industry for so long. Every piece is like a collection item.
Course.
Like I can't throw hardly anything out unless it's like.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I honestly.
I've got clothes.
This is shocking.
Everywhere.
This is shocking. Okay, camera, cut. All right. So this is a shortcut. All right. So this is a shortcut, and it works for men and women. All right. So you know, you gotta check out. So this is the process. You go color analysis, but you know it.
Yeah.
Color analysis, body analysis.
Yeah.
and then lifestyle, right?
Yes.
So those three are the things that make your wardrobe.
That's
right?
perfect.
Now,
Yep.
color analysis, for everyone out there, what you need to do is get a little bit of an analysis of under skin tone, which isn't the color of your skin. So that it can be any race out there. It's the under skin tone. It's
Yeah.
undertone.
Yep. Could
Can
be
be
yellow, could be
Pink,
yep.
could be any. So you got under skin tone and complexion. So you talk about the hair. For men, it could be like facial hair, or for women, you know, you got the blonde, the reds, or whatever. So you got those colors. That will give you a little bit of an approach and an understanding what colors work well with you. And within those colors, there's always colors that go well together, right?
Yep.
So that's number one. Number two, then you got the fit, like your body type. So different bodies that will have different fits that will work well. So that will be for men and women is exactly the same. So the boys will have some issue with the tummy or whatever it is. Sometimes women, it will be maybe the hip. Styles out there that work for any body type. You just have to know what style works well with that. And then you got the lifestyle. So in my specific case, because I'm a tailor, obviously I can get you up to speed with a tremendously powerful wardrobe, talking about suits and shirts and you know, power looks and empowered looks, because it doesn't have to be all about power, but there's confidence, there's empowerment. So like all of that makes a big difference. But I think this is one thing that I've been doing so much lately. It is the capsule wardrobe, and then for men and both men and women, that work absolutely wonders, because
I think it's a really great concept, especially if people don't know how to dress.
Yep.
It's perfect, and less time to think about what you need to wear.
That's it.
It's
you just said it. So you know, you don't have time to think about it. You don't know what goes well together. So if you're literally on all the way to the end of that spectrum, when you don't know what goes well and what colors work well, once you have a capsule wardrobe built, which really is in most cases, you know, 10 items or whatever that might be, then those same 10 items, they'll make up to like more than 40 outfits altogether by the way that you mix in them. So then that is a point. So a capsule wardrobe is a finite amount of items that all go well together. You can literally close your eyes, pick it up from the wardrobe, put it on, and walk out. My capsule wardrobe is a little more sophisticated, right? If you want to call it like that. But at the same time, I mean, like, you really can do it with whatever style you have. Like, you can literally go to your H&M, Zara, whatever, like, and just pick like colors that work well with you and fits that go well with you. And and without knowing it, you've been doing it your whole life. Put your trust in somebody that can guide you through it and be like, okay, this is what you look like. I wanna be a man. Show me how to be a man. I wanna be a confident and powerful woman. Show me how to be a confident woman. I really don't see limits like between men and women. I don't understand why there should be any. There will be some styles out there that will make you look even more feminine. So there's some women that they dwell in their femininity and in that feminine energy, and that is great. And you can literally even put even more to that feminine energy. And there's some they have like the masculine energy, and that's why I think it really isn't about men and women. It is about this energy, masculine or feminine. So there's a lot of men out there that might have a more of a feminine energy, and that's when, I mean, and I think I'm one of those. I feel like I put myself in the feminine energy bubble because I like to play with colors. I like to do the pinks. I like to do the whatever color, you name it, yellows, like colors that are very unique and very difficult for a lot of people to deal with. I'm a very emotional creature. So like, I think a lot of it is because of my upbringing. So I'm Italian. So then obviously, I mean, there's Italians that are introverted as well. But I am your typical Italian man that you can possibly think of. It's like talking to everyone. So not having any filter. So that for me is very.
You're
I
open.
really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, which I like that too.
How about yourself? Like when did you notice, like in your career and in your life, that you were able to put everybody at ease, in the exchanges, right? Like you talk to them and you can see that you can create rapport. There's a lot of people out there, they struggle a lot with rapport. And I think you really can give a lot of tips out there. So how does that happen for you? Where's the magic?
You have to actually be relaxed in yourself, I think. You just have to kind of center yourself.
I think for me, like one very good tip would be to understand that everyone out there feels exactly like you feel. People don't know. People think they've been judged.
Yeah.
People they think that other people think better than they are, whatever it is, right? So
they're making up stories in their head.
Everything changes the moment that you know that they are in the same boat as you. Yeah. And all you need to do is the first step. Really, I mean, like all of this stuff, like because as little boys and little girls, like you get to interact with each other constantly. I think that's where I got a lot of my feminine energy. Because like as a little boy, like I got to understand how to deal with the gentle sex, and understand like how things are perceived, how they might be taken, sometimes. So then you do it when you're like 10, 12, 13. So then
you're learning about it as you go.
So when you grow up, like it opens up your emotional intelligence a lot. I think, and it was great. So I remember my parents, like I would be like, I don't know, 11 years old, 10 years old, like little, and there was like, imagine Italy in a small town, like far away from a city, and it's like we call it sagra of something. It could be like the sagra dei funghi, which is like a literal party of mushrooms. Like this is what it is. So you have to imagine a whole town that has a party about mushrooms. So literally it's called but it's called sagra dei funghi.
They're not on
like
magic mushrooms.
No. It could be anything. It could be literally like sagra, like the party of strawberries, whatever, right? So I remember, like I was like 10, 11 or whatever, and then my parents, both of them, they're like, go and talk to that girl, just say hi. And I'm like, but I don't know, like I felt like so insecure. They're like, just go and say hi, it's okay, go and say hi, you want to dance? Because it was like those dances, like you literally have to imagine whatever they portray on TV is real. Like it'll be like people dancing around, like mazurka, whatever. So that's when even my dancing comes along. So like I dance. Anyway, so and that's how you learn. So like that going back to it, that person is in your same position. All you need to do is go and say hi. Okay? And when it comes to like networking and professionals getting together, that's a very good thing to know. You guys don't understand. Sharon, she's a massive stylist in Melbourne. You don't understand. So it's so difficult for me to even mention it. It's like she changed lives, she shaped people, the clothes, the style, like the wardrobe. She's really downplaying it. Like this is for me, one of the reasons why I do what I do, it is what I was saying to you before, is that massive change that you see in people whenever you work with them. So I'll give you examples where like you got somebody, for example, there it's a little introverted and it feels like a lot of these guys, like because they have a little bit more of experience on their shoulders, and they're successful on other parts of their lives. So they might be successful in business or professionally, or their personal life, whatever it is. Like they have success, but they still don't feel like they belong.
Imposter syndrome. So
that's right. So they feel like, and it's very interesting to see, because obviously, like, you got people that are making real difference in the world and real changes and affecting change, and they still don't feel like they belong to where they are. So the moment they work together with me, like the change, it is so fast. It literally only takes the amount of time it takes me to make the clothes and to make the wardrobe, and then the moment that they put those clothes on for the first time, something changes in their eyes whenever they see themselves in the mirror. There's a light, there's love, there's something very different that's happening, and it unfolds in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
Right? So that is for me a very big reward. And obviously, like, people, whenever they're rewarded, they keep on doing what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know, as a business owner, I know that I should be stepping away from, you know, the mud and the day-to-day, but I can't, because I love it so much.
Because you're making people happy, which in turn makes you happy. And that's the same as doing this. It's making the person that I'm with, they're having a great time and they feel happy.
Yeah.
And then when you leave and they go, oh my God, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
It makes me happy, and just comments that you get back and things like that.
That's gorgeous.
That's the main thing. That's the real thing.
I think the support makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Right? So even myself, I can tell you that without, you know, the people that shaped me throughout my lifetime, like, I wouldn't be where I am today. But this is for a lot of people out there. My wife in particular, Angela, she's been an absolute rock of support for me. And I wouldn't, like, honestly, I don't think I would have jumped into the entrepreneurial life if it wasn't for her.
How many years have you been doing this for in your business?
Not long. I started really, you know, I had a soft start 5 years ago, just before COVID. And I call it soft start because I still had one foot on each side. Like, I still was working.
Yep.
But I was doing this like on my spare hours, spare time, and you know, and I was really kidding myself. I was really lying to myself. I was saying that I was putting all of my efforts in it, but then I wasn't accomplishing much, and I was very hard on myself. But then, you know, the reality was that I wasn't committed. So then the real start, I feel that it was about 3 years ago. We literally just finished our third real year. And why I call it like that is because of the level of commitment is just a different level. Like, I live, breathe House of Falcone. I put all of my energy to make the products better, the experiences better, and really, like, innovate and reimagine the industry, because there's so many problems within the industry, and my thoughts go, how do I make it better, faster, more efficient? So these ones are the things that are in my mind as an entrepreneur. So those ones are, like, you know, it's a CEO talk, like the director talk, but obviously the passion fuels the engine. So, like, the passion, it is that change and that confidence, empowerment, and strength that I see in all of the people that I touch. So that's definitely what drives me. I feel like really lucky for what Angela's done in my life, but I don't think everybody out there has the support, and I think it's important to notice that although you have support, although you may have support, I really believe that everything starts within. Yeah. So for me specifically, there was a moment in my road where you know, I was in my early 30s, like I was about, I don't know, 29, 30 or something like that, and I was already in Australia. I've been living here at the time for like a few years, and I don't come from a broken home, but they stayed together, but it was very unstable. So I come from an unstable environment, highly volatile, and I was blaming everything on the person that I was, on how I was brought up.
Yeah.
Everything. No responsibility on my end. So, you know, like, oh, I'm this. It's because like everybody else had all of these opportunities and I didn't.
Yeah.
Everyone else had the parents doing this and that, and I haven't. So there was a lot of that in my life, and this is real talk. There was a lot of me blaming the everything, like the life that I had, the surroundings, and you know, like, and obviously, and I was the hero of my story. It's like, yeah, but of course, like I've reacted like that, so I'm the hero, because that's what I was taught in the house. And then in that moment, I think that's when I had, it dawned on me. I don't know where it came from, but it was a moment where I said, hang on, how much of who I am today is the reason it is to be given to everybody else, and how much is my fault?
Yeah.
That was the first time in my life that I asked that question to myself. How much is it my fault? How much is it everyone else's fault? And the reality is that that day I've taken responsibility. That day I've talked to in that talk to myself, it was an inner self-talk. Nobody guided me through it. Like, it was a real conversation, and I took responsibility. And the moment that I took responsibility, then everything else came. Like, I felt like I rose from ashes like a phoenix. So like, I felt like, you know, I didn't. And to put in perspective, that moment I was already married. I was owning already my first house.
Yeah.
I had a full-time job. So we're not talking about a moment in my life that I hit rock bottom, and it wasn't. It was a real talk to my own self, and understanding that if I wasn't happy with my life, if I wasn't where I knew I should have been, it wasn't because of everybody else. It was because of me.
Yeah.
My life was a reflection of who I was, and you know, like, and only then when I realized that, and that was the moment that I decided to be a different man, and probably that is the moment that I decided to be a man. When I started this entrepreneurial journey, it's when I was faced with all of my shortcomings, all of them. And today I still am, and it's so tough. So whenever people, they say, oh my God, like, you know, it's so tough to be an entrepreneur. Like, I think only people that they're doing it, they know, because it is literally a reminder every day of what are the things that you're not good at. It's like, here you go, like, in your face. A lot of people, like, are really hard on themselves, and I was one of them, and I am probably still today. But the one thing I think to understand is that, you know, like, you're doing good. Being hypercritical of yourself, it doesn't put you in your magical state.
Yes.
It doesn't put you in that energy that makes things happen.
That's so true.
I think I like throughout the times, I sometimes am on that magical state.
Yep.
And everything works.
Everything, you meet the
and
people
I'm
that you need
busy,
to meet. Yep. Things come to you.
But still works. Works. So, but you know, there's people out there, like, they can help you find that magical state and be in that state. But I think parts of it is to do with your own self.
Yeah.
So, I mean, parts of it, most of it is to do with your own self. And for me, that's why I believe so much into representing yourself in the way that you want to be perceived. Because if you don't perceive yourself as that person, why would they?
Yeah, that's right.
Why would everyone around you look at you and see that successful, that strong, that confident person if you don't see yourself like that? So then whenever I do the wardrobe or I work with somebody and we work through it, we make an outfit, suits or whatever it is, and they start looking at themselves in that light. They look at the mirror and they're like, I am. And it's not I want to be. It's not I will be. It's not I should be. They start saying I am. I am successful. I am strong. I am confident. So then this is not like a crazy person talking to themselves in the mirror. It's literally in their eyes.
Yeah.
So then once they're in that state and they feel themselves like that, that's when everything is achievable. I made a joke not too long ago about, the being tipsy, like the state. When you tipsy, you just do stuff. Like you just go and say,
just open.
Right?
Like
you start dancing on the tables.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Were you? You dance on tables, like you go and say hi, you do all of that stuff. Imagine if that tipsy superpower is with you at all times. What like yourself, like in your own experience, I mean, do you see that power of presenting yourself? Like what have you seen, like clients changing?
Oh, absolutely.
Or yourself even?
Yep. I actually had one girl that I did her wardrobe and she was so super happy with herself. And I was rapt, absolutely rapt that I'd been able to give her that confidence back, because especially when you go back into the workforce, there's a lot of people that are younger than you and they're all looking a certain way and you've got no idea how to blend into that.
They're all prepared. They're all ready.
Totally.
You're late to the party. So I think the idea for everyone to understand is that it isn't about the budget.
Yeah, completely.
Because it really isn't.
No.
It's about understanding, again, your colors, your body shape, and the type of image that you want to put out there.
Yeah.
So it's really understanding those three things, and it's very simple. Like you just have to ask yourself those questions or get a professional to help you out. I'll go back even one step further. What kind of image of myself do I want to put in the world?
Yes.
Right? This is what I do.
Personal branding.
That's it. This is what I do with a lot of very successful people. And they'll come to me and they're like, oh, I got the suits. I got everything. Like you kind of like, I'm doing you a favor to see it. I was like, okay. So then let's have a look, right? And it's understanding. And when I ask you that question, they don't know. I'm like, what kind of image do you want to put out there?
Because there's suits and there's suits. If it's a sloppy suit that doesn't fit you properly, or the fabric's crumpy, or it gets every piece of fluff on it.
Yeah, so colors tell a story. So do you want to be trustworthy? There's a color for that.
Yeah.
Do you want to be powerful? There's another color for that.
Yeah.
Do you want to be, look like there's no walls, open your arms? There's another color. So the colors, they really tell a story, and they tell your story.
Yeah.
And it's so important to understand. So whenever you look at your wardrobe and you're looking at the way that you want to be perceived, colors, they're so massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the next thing is your fit. So you understand what you've got a body type. Everybody's got their own body type. It's not DNA, it's the gym or whatever it is. You got your body type.
You can look amazing. Doesn't matter what body type you are.
Understand how to make yourself look the best.
Yep.
Right? So, I mean, the quick tips, for boys, there's a lot of low-waist pants out there, right? I had low-waisted pants, the 50 Cent look, perfect. But now it's 2024.
I
agree. And you're also 24 years older.
Yes.
You gotta change it. But anyway, so sometimes the low-waisted pants is one of those things that they make your tummy look bigger.
Yeah.
So whenever you are 18 and you got your low-waisted pants and
That
you
looks
got
fine.
and you got the
I'll
abs
wash
to
your
show
board.
for,
Yep.
perfect. But you know, like you're 35, you're 30, you're 40, low-waisted pants is not the way to go.
No,
That's it.
completely.
And then you know, like the shirts, like pulling, right? So again, you are 18 years old, you're muscly, you're fit. The buttons pulled because of the muscles. And then the other thing that it's a all-timer is the length on the pants. For everyone out there, if you are a short king or a short queen, having a pair of trousers or pair of pants that are very long on you, they have all of that bulk on the bottom, it just makes you look shorter.
Yes, that's
It is
true.
what it is. It makes you look shorter. So I understand that you are used to seeing yourself in that light and you're used to that fit. But the idea of the actual bulk on the end is really just an understanding of what the eye is attracted to when they look at you. And if you have a bunch of fabric on the bottom, it just looks like you're very short, so the pants were too long. And vice versa for the tall guy. So the tall guy should not have a short pair of trousers.
Have you seen this thing that a lot of guys are wearing, like a suit that seems to be like 2 sizes too small?
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whole suit.
Oh yeah.
The skinny pants and they're like too cropped.
And I get it. I understand that because they see Ryan Reynolds wearing those suits.
That's
But
a
you
bit of a
are
different
not
story.
Ryan Reynolds.
Absolutely.
I understand. Like the guy's a movie star. You know, like they'll
Yes.
see Ryan Reynolds. They'll see like all of the Ryans or all of the all of the Chris's out there.
Yeah.
So like they're super hot. Like the life is devoted to have that
Their body. Yeah.
So then you want to show it off, and that's great.
Yeah.
But also, that's one part. And then the other thing that people don't know is that most of the times whenever these people go to the shows or the interviews, they will have some outfit waiting for them at the studio, and maybe like they just got the wrong size on. Like, you know, they're like better go tighter than to be.
Beckham's wardrobe. Have you seen?
I did.
He took his clothes out that he was wearing for the week. He knew
No.
exactly what. Well,
No way
that
that
was
he
like
put
his
it.
capsule
That's
wardrobe.
it. I loved it. So anybody that don't know what we're talking about, it was like the Beckham series.
Yeah.
And he showed in a part of that episode that a rack with all of his clothes for the week.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is what I'm gonna wear this week. And
That is basically what a capsule wardrobe is. Like,
correct. But for us mortals, you can recreate the same wardrobe, but it's like the same throughout the year. He would have one of those racks each week of the year.
oh,
but
absolutely.
but for everyone else, like
I
it would
wonder
be
if
the
he
one.
really does it himself, or he
No
gets
way.
someone to choose it himself.
No way. Like
I reckon he gets
knew that
someone to choose
I know
it.
that you were about to say it. I was like, no way. Like he was like, and I fold this about. I was like,
I don't think so.
no way.
Yeah,
no
someone
way.
comes in and does
It was
that.
literally like presented like it would be on a shop,
Yeah.
in a luxury store.
Yeah.
It was like, no way. It really boils down to that question: is like, what kind of image you want to put out there, and then once you know it, like you know that you want to be perceived as powerful. For example, I feel like so blessed. I've been working recently with a few celebrities, but the one man that comes to mind, it'll be JT Fox, and he's about power. He's about commanding the room, and you'll be surprised. Like if you go in his formal wardrobe, the colors are the colors that they are. It's a navy with a little bit of something, but it's a navy. So there's 7 suits, and the 7 suits are like dark blue. Some of them they will have like a little interest, like a little red stripe, a little something through the fabric, a little pattern. The shirts, they're all white, they're all baby blue, and it is what it is, because that's the image of power in business. And me, for example, like I told you before, like I dwell within my feminine energy. So what is for me? I like to mix and match. I like to experiment. There's a very popular picture on my socials. I'm wearing a pair of dark green trousers and a beige jacket. It's like green beige, I don't know, and it works.
Yeah.
But then it works for me, right?
Yeah.
Or then today, like I'm not wearing a matching outfit. I got burgundy shoes, Botticelli's Venus. Then I got like the brown, chocolate brown trousers, blue, burgundy. In your head, it's like, well,
but it actually works.
It can't possibly work.
Yeah,
and then it does, right? But this is an experiment. Like,
yeah.
you know, like
But it's good to experiment with your clothes.
I know.
And get them out and do that every so often. Have a little dress up, and you'll go, oh, I didn't realize that worked with that.
My wife and I, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like every now and then she'll come around. She's like, "What do you think? You crazy?" I'm like, oh, just try it. Go for it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there'll be something crazy, and I would say it, but then we got an understanding. Men out there, do not comment on your wife outfit when she's about to leave the house. I am the one, the high maintenance one. And we're like, I gotta change the whole outfit now. This doesn't work. I'm that person. Once they know what kind of image, what kind of brand they want to have, that makes things a lot more easier.
Yeah.
Because then there's colors that go for that with that brand. There's fits that go with that brand, and going back to, is this accessible to everyone? It truly is. Once you know all of that, you can shop at Target, you can shop at Big W, you can shop anywhere, or you can shop at Louis Vuitton. Like once you know, it's not about where you shop and the ticket price of that item. Is literally just like finding the pieces for the wardrobe.
Yeah.
So it's not emotional. And that's the things that we do, is like, it's not about an emotional choice. They're going to the shop and it's like, oh my God, I love this shirt with the birds. So it's not about that. It's about, let's plan out your wardrobe in the way that it's supposed to be looking. And then you have those emotional choices. Once you get to know me, for example, and we do this thing together, that personality will come through. Like, it's not like I'm gonna ban you to express yourself. It's a lot of people that think, oh, you know, like you're gonna make me look a certain way, but really the power of the stylist is really just to exploit and to really bring out as much as possible that personality. Now that you got a little bit more of an understanding of what we do actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting to see that you know, we both are within the same industry, but we do different things. Obviously, like I have my own brand, the House of Falcone, and that's what we devote ourselves to. But we're going in the same direction. I can help you out. Let's do it, right?
Yeah.
And then if you decide to do it with me, obviously, like the cool thing about it is those levels, right? Even within my own range, you know, like Hugo Boss, or like there's all of the different ranges. So I can literally help anybody, even from your entry-level pieces. But like I said, speak to a stylist and go shop your budget. In the style consultation, this is literally what it is. It's like we'll go through color analysis, body shape analysis, and lifestyle. So the three things will give us a little bit of an insight on what people should be wearing, like the person that I'm talking to should be wearing. If they want to work with me, there will be all the steps, but that's what I've been starting to do, because there's a lot, and I had like a tremendous response, because I think a lot of people that were like just worried, and then once you just give the advice, everybody's like, yep, sign me up. It is House of Falcone, so house like a house of Falcone, Falcone, and then or it's Bruno Falcone as well. That will be my personal one. And then yes, the website houseoffalcone.com.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to reach out. We answer all of the DMs. There might be a chance that some DMs are answered by my wife, but you get us all, both Angela and Bruno Falcone at the same time.
That is fantastic.
And just for everyone, just like, I want you to tell me House of Falcone in your most Italian accent. Go for it.
Thank you so much, Bruno, from the House of Falcone.